Good evening, and welcome to Barbershop Walk Expo number 29, a special edition for the 2026 Patterson Mural Race. We're going to get right into it, but before we do that, we're going to acknowledge and thank Patterson High School for Science and Technology for hosting today. Mr. Riser and his administration, thank you very much. Will Langland and Technology is greatly appreciated. We also want to acknowledge our honorable sponsors, the Housing Expert Jonathan Francisco, Housing Expert 728 Broadway in the city of Patterson, along with Justice and Local Zone 6. At this time, we're going to jump right into this. As you know, the election is complicated with that. First thing is to win, and we want to get ready. So we're going to give each of the games 1 minute for opening statement. We will start off with the captain of the first ward, Michael Jackson.
Thank you all for coming tonight, for taking the time out to be a part of this glorious occasion. I want to also take a moment to thank the Senator for not finding it robbery to sponsor such an event. It's as such an enormously important election is upon us. It's sad that we didn't have a better effort in outlining the candidates before you. So I'll make it very brief. I probably have 30 seconds left. The greatest trick the devil played on the world was convincing the world that he didn't exist. It's a quote from a very famous movie. Many of you might know it. I think it outlines what we have going on here. It's not true hearted effort. It is a great deal of corruption that's existing within our community. And hopefully I'll have an opportunity to outline that to all of you guys tonight to convince you that the best candidate here tonight is myself. I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. At this time, we're going to have the president of the third ward, Councilman Alex Davis.
Thank you, sir. First, I want to say thank you for this great forum and opportunity to address the public. I'm running for mayor of the city of Patterson, number 1A on the ballot. And I'm running because it's time to change. I refuse to live in a city that when you walk into the city of Patterson, all you see is garbage and homeless everywhere, and people suffering due to the high taxes and the high rent. And we have been mayor in the last 8 years, he sold the city to all his friends and developers, and we have families struggling. We have people, 1 or 2 families living in 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment because they can't afford to pay their rent. I'm here and I'm running for mayor because it's time for change. And I'm looking forward to modernize the city and make the city more appealing to business, more appealing to college graduates. My daughter is very good. Her graduation is May 7 in Washington, D.C. And I want my daughter to come back to the city of Patterson and serve this community. But it's impossible to ask our children to come back to the city of Patterson in the condition that we have right now. It's time to change Patterson, number 1A on the ballot, and I'm looking forward to bring safety to our community, affordable housing for our residents, and to clean the city of Patterson. That way we can all call Patterson home. No one selected group of people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilman. Next we have former Councilman Mohammed Akhuruzma.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and also Senator Robert, thank you for hosting this. My name is Mohammed Akhuruzma. I was born senior councilman. Now, when I left politics for some time, I came back because look at the city of Assam. I'm not a jack of all trades, but there are a few things we need to be done immediately, especially with regard to election. The pick and choose policy is not working. Being a resident of Patterson, it is our fundamental right that all household items must be picked up. The other thing is, this mayor sold the city to the special interest group. You see all those developments inside of Patterson and South Patterson, These are 30-year statutes. 30,000 people from New York living in those buildings. These buildings are supposed to be offered to low-income people, senior citizens, and disabled people. But they are renting out as luxury apartments. We are losing almost $51 million a year. And look at us, our property, because we have had to pay 30 years. You have to pay the authority, because this is why our property tax is going up year after year. Another thing is, when I became mayor, I'm going to hire more class police officers, because we can't hire regular police officers, which is very costly. But class police officers are like part-time, certified officers, more like auxiliary police officers just for the patrol. So my name is Muhammad Abdul Zaman, I'm on two-way on the position. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. This is a reminder to you guys, these mics are very powerful. So you may want to keep your mouth away from the mic and lower your tone, and it will be heard very loud. Next, we have the mayor of the city of Madison, Thomas Day.
Good evening, Madison. Senator, I want to express my appreciation to you for gathering us this evening. In fact, I thought we were going to be sitting at bars here, but Madison's the only home I've ever known. It's where my single mother raised me, it's where my wife and I are raising our three children. Madison is also a work in progress. And we've done work, we're in progress, which you can't deny. We've regained more roads than any administration in the history of this city, 176. By the spring, and in the spring we'll have at least 25 more streets paved. We've reduced the number of vacant and abandoned properties from over 2,000 to 200. You're not talking about eyesores. We're talking about crime addicts that no longer are compromising the quality of life for neighborhoods in our city. But what I'm most proud of is a program that we created, and it's the only one in the state of New Jersey. It's called the Financial Empowerment System. And we've helped thousands of people save money. In fact, to date, $3.5 million in non-mortgage debt has been reduced, or should I say, eliminated for these individuals. And we have individuals who participate in the program who become business owners as a result. Homeowners. So we want to continue with the financial empowerment system, improving our infrastructure, which is vital, and also improving our parks and fields so that our young people have positive outlets for them to play safely in their city. Thank you.
Okay, Mayor, we're going to stay with you. We can go out there and everybody's fine. We're going to stay with you for the first question from me. Mayor, as you know, Madison is one of these first industrial cities in Maryland. And obviously, we have many issues this past year with our infrastructure. What is your plan to address the aging infrastructure in the city of Madison?
We give you an example, River Street. I'm sure everyone has been the pain of every commuter's existence here in the city. As a matter of fact, when it rains, it's more river than street. We've invested over $10 million in one of the largest infrastructure improvement projects in the history of our city. And it wasn't just about resurfacing the road, it's about repairing and relining the sewer. So after River Street has already been paved, and now another significant portion has been built. And that's the type of infrastructure improvement projects that we are pursuing. We're using the college line as far as River Street, Lower First Government Street, Railroad Avenue, even Curtis Space, the old Salvation Army, that's what we build and pave as well. And like I said before, over 25 streets this spring will be built and paved.
Thank you. And this is a reminder, as I'm trying to get you within 55 minutes. This is your response to with them way. We appreciate it. Former Councilman Russo, my question is for you. What would be your plan to bring more revenues to the city of Madison to reduce the tax base?
Well, number one, all those, the tax, the grant, the administration, the tax taking, I'm going to go to talk to all the developers. It's for occupancy taxes, because why we have to pay for the services that we for 30 years. So $51 million for living every year. At least we can improve some portion. This was my point, number one. Two, because now the burden is on us. Individual homeowners, single independent, and small businesses, we are going to have to pay a lot for years. So this is only when I see the revenue. Also, it says education, especially the now. If you get a lot of relationship with many of the people, like especially with homeless and medical, it's not much money. You can't even run a city, nobody runs a city, how do you run it? solutions to the problem of losing more land from the state and from the federal government.
Thank you. And Mr. Wright, I took the phone, the mic at a distance, so that we can hear. Councilman Jenkins, my question to you. If you were, what would your resolution look like? Are you supporting any other member one candidate?
No.
And I want to say that I would email
Thank you, man, Senator, for the question, and I will make sure that my administration reflect how the community is right now, composition of our community. We have people for nationality. I will make sure that I have, when I've been elected as mayor after May 12, July 1st, you will see a diverse administration. You will see a diverse transitional team that reflect our community. When, as a councilman, I introduce a legislation, it's called Patterson First. What that means that I want to make sure that every job opportunity in the city of Patterson is got to be for Patterson residents. There's a job opportunity, and under my administration, you see my first administration, with a very, very qualified people from Patterson, because we do have a lot of qualified people, young college graduates that are back into the city of Patterson, and they cannot find any job and any opportunity. Under my administration, they will have the opportunity, and there's great candidates running for our large. I think Paula Arthur is a phenomenal candidate. Dr. Definitely, I would love to see her on the council. I truly believe that Sonia Elise is an amazing candidate, and there's a third candidate. There's many great people that I'm looking forward. And as a mayor, you will see me at the city council meeting. This mayor, we never been with. We've been in one council meeting in the last 8 years. With Alex Mena as the mayor, you're not going to see that. I'm going to work with my city council to get the job done collectively. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Senator. It's a little difficult hearing with the reflection. Can you repeat that again?
There are many rental units in the city. How will they use the landlord to assist with garbage collection and keep the streets clear and large housing units clean?
So it's an excellent question. I'm wondering if it was directed to me intentionally, because I appreciate it. The first thing is we have to hold landlords accountable for their facilities. Anyone who comes in this community and makes a dollar off the community has to be accountable for it. What we have now is a rampant, out of control situation with landlords who don't live here. They don't treat their tenants respectable, and they're making money and they don't care anything about the community. I'm going to require every LLC that owns a property to get a business license in the city of Patterson. We're going to do our own garbage collection within the city. So we're not going to require the landlords to help with the garbage collection, but we are going to make sure that they put their garbage out properly. We're going to make sure that they supply their tenants with cans with sufficient lids, because that is a part of the ordinance. Part of our city code requires that people who put out trash currently have receptacles and have lids. We don't follow anything within the ordinance. In fact, the only people who these ordinances are enforced upon are those who are in opposition of the mayor. Outside of that, there is no accountability, and especially if you're a large-scale landlord giving back contributions. One thing I would not do, I'm going to stop it because I know I'm within the 1 minute, but we will make sure we hold our landlords accountable for the garbage that's being placed out in front of their streets. It won't be no more issues that we have on 16th Avenue across the street from Alexander Hamilton Academy. Thank you.
Thank you. Patterson is the third largest city in the state of Missouri. What would you do to address the fact that we're considered a food desert and bringing a major chain grocery store to the city of Patterson?
First, I think I know how to teach that. But your house is in sheriff's sale, so you can't even manage your house. Nevertheless, romance is actually moving to the city of Patterson, because the largest food distributor on the East Coast, and it's going to generate jobs for Patterson residents. So that will hopefully address that issue as well. And around the Great Falls, it's going to be significant investments as far as food and things are concerned. So we're starting to see even more investments. There's over $1 billion in our city. This major food distributor growing, which originally was in the state, now it's going in Patterson. That helps us address that issue.
Thank you. Councilman Macaruso.
wrong, my house is not in trouble. I already did it.
We're not gonna go there, let's stay for a minute.
Because I was able to, I was lucky, I had a business property, I sold it and I paid it my house. But not many people can afford, you have to figure out how much is increasing. How can people afford homes now? Especially, every year something like property like this, until we fix that, the cancer. Because why you make do 1.5 million, and it's pretty large, stress on myself, I'm a sufferer. And I was able to recover my house because I had an investment property, which I sold it and I paid it off. Not many people have that opportunity. So this is where we're gonna think about the average people, not about your busy friends. You taking a really $64 million from the pandemic after the pandemic, federal government, you know what he did? He spent that money in the resources. He's supposed to be a road infrastructure. And you're talking about, we got suffer. I was with you before. Now I got it, not only many people, we got suffer.
Good? All right. Councilman Mendez.
Yes.
As you know, crime is always the issue here in the city of Patterson. You do have an outline crime reduction plan for the city of Patterson.
Thank you, Senator, for the question. You know, if you Google the city of Patterson, I invite you to Google the city of Patterson. They will come out as the worst city in Jose County to live, and the third city, the worst city in the state of New Jersey to live. That's very concerning to me, and the main reason is because of the crime. One of the things that I'm planning to do, we all have to remember, this administration, this mayor lost the control of the police department by the state because of the black leadership, and he lost the building department as well because of the black leadership. One is he sued the state, which is a bigger mistake. One of the things that I'm planning to do is when I become the mayor of 2012, I'm going to work with the state. We're getting $8.5 million from the state. Police response is the biggest issue because we don't have enough manpower. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at those $8.5 million. We could get close to 100 police officers, and we could include class 2 police officers. We could have 50 police officers for patrolling in our community and another 50 for resources and work with our school system. That's going to bring boots on the ground. That's going to bring police officers walking in our neighborhood. That's going to help us with community policing. And that will be the best way to have police presence in our neighborhood. And that's going to be combined with the community policing and program for our youth. Mentorship and leadership for our youth. That's going to be the combination for me to bring safety into the community and to change the perception of the city of Patterson. Let's all remember, in order for us to see new business in Patterson, if Patterson moving in the right direction, we gotta make Patterson safe. Nobody will come to the city with a high crime rate. Thank you, sir.
Councilman Jackson, as you know, I am currently the director of the city of Patterson. Do you have a plan for a recreation center to be built here in the city of Patterson that is solely owned by the city of Patterson?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is we don't have to reinvent the wheel or create some edifices that doesn't exist. Patterson has more vacant and abandoned properties than regardless of the sales pitch of we only have 200 left. There's a building on the corner of Market and Main Street. It's been vacant, where Gilda and the Mayor's used to be. It's been vacant for well over 25 years. We're going to take that building and turn it into a youth media center. Kids want to come and record podcasts, they want to learn how to record an album, you want to do video and live broadcasting, teaching them about the true measure of journalism. There's a property on West Broadway. It's been vacant since Super left it 25 years ago. We got to stop. We'll take that property and turn it into a full sports training facility. We have to stop allowing developers to gain the benefit, giving them millions of dollars in gifts, and put these properties back online for utilization of our youth. After we do that, then we'll comb out other spaces. In fact, as this mayor allowed for the property to be stolen from Grace Chapel, had every intention on turning that into a community center. We're going to use the power of eminent domain, reclaim that property, and place a full-service sports community recreation center there, including a swimming pool and a gymnasium. And these are all things that we can easily done. We have the finances to do it. We have these properties that are sitting. Why would we allow developers to come take them over and extract all of the wealth out of these properties? Thank you.
local public charter schools in the system, in any given district?
Senator, thank you for that question. I'm very consistent in my support of charter schools. In fact, there's only one charter school that was approved in the last 8 years, and it was the city of Patterson, and I advocated for people in Patterson with Governor Murphy, who were one of the individuals that advocated as well. We got that charter school Patterson Square. So we do want to accommodate the need for more charter schools in the city of Patterson. In fact, I know shrinkage of the PCSSD, I feel like I'm part of this family. Not only do I think graduation is another function, but I made a point, of course, to go and see the team play in Brooklyn to make sure that they know that the mayor supports them and that I will continue to be consistent in my support of my charter schools.
Thank you, Senator. I do believe in choice. I serve at a board of education for 2 terms, and I do believe in this choice, but I also believe in fair funding for a public school. Right now, we're closing 4 schools, 4 the highest performing schools. I've been against that from the day one. Alex Jr. at the Board of Education is against that. We have to be mindful that we have to fund our public schools. You have equal opportunity for our youth, for our children to succeed, and that's something that I'm going to do. But if your next mayor, I'm going to do Senator, I'm going back to the plan. The original plan we have from the state is to build 10 new schools in the city of Patterson. When we build 5, we have 5 new schools left that we have to build. And instead of new school, we close one school. I'm going to fight on behalf of Patterson School. Thank you.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is not sell you a dream. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to build 10 new schools and I can't tell you how I'm going to pay for it. Currently, because of the support that this administration has gotten, we're $80 million. We'll be requesting almost $80 million in transitional aid. Where are we going to get money to build 10 new schools? And absolutely, not only do I support charter schools, I served on the board of one of the first charter schools here. My daughter is on the wall of the Hall of Fame right outside there in this charter school. But I do not support the intentional dismantling of our public schools. What just happened with these 4 schools that the public schools just closed, I'm the only elected official outside of Kenny Simmons and Corey Teague that went to Newark to file a lawsuit against this closing. Not only do I support these things, but I put my actions where my words are. I don't just say I'm going to do things. I show up and I make sure that I'm there to defend the community's best interests. Thank you, Senator.
The city of Newark is rolled out a new program for their high school students, give them a pathway to careers and public service, like police and fire. It's a collaboration with the Committee University of New York, we have this kind of community college. Does anybody here have a plan for a pathway for our students, parents and residents, to go through or do the college and become a career to become a fireman and police?
Absolutely. Very good.
So we currently have a program called Explorers, and this is a path where young people pursue potentially a career in public safety. Matter of fact, Sergeant Anderson Velez is the individual who has spearheaded this program. So we're proud to support a whole host of ways to expand the program through partnerships with the state and community college or other entities. But there are Patterson people participating in this program that puts them on a path to a career in public safety, whether it's as a firefighter or as a police officer in the city that they reside.
So 7 years ago, possibly, I wrote a piece of legislation for Class 2 officers. Neither did Councilman Mendez or the mayor support it. Class 2 officers would give us an opportunity to have the mayor be able to appoint 25% of our current police force as Class 2s. These Class 2s are chosen from in-house. They forego the civil service process. We have people like Jameer Wright Collins, people that have coming out with college degrees that can't find opportunities of employment in our community. When you look at the police academies that we have here, the police and fire academies, they're non-reflective of our community. You have 1 or 2, 3 people that are often enlisted. So not only do I have a plan to encourage, because these cadet programs is great inspiration. Our kids get to participate in something nice for the summer, but none of them are actually being chosen. Currently, we have a young man who is serving active duty for our military. He's a military police officer. He carries an assault rifle. He has a sidearm. Patterson Police Department did not accept his application because they're saying he didn't pass the psych exam. Class 2 officers would allow us to forego the civil service process, bring in 125 new officers, and allow those officers to then transition as regular officers in our community. And it's going to be a knock it out the park a situation for our community, sir.
All right, sorry, would you mind if we're going to go to our next round of questions?
Sure.
At this point, each candidate can ask one of their opponents a question, and I'm going to ask them to recap response within 1 minute. So we will start with you, Councilman Mendez, you ask any of the other candidates a question.
Okay, so you allow me to respond to the last question?
Yes, sir, no.
Okay, no problem. I think it's very important because, as I mentioned before, I was one that introduced the legislation patterns first. If I lose space to the now, the choose to all of what I do. But just listen, started off with the question to Councilman as you see that this maybe we always talk about integrity, we always talk about transparency, legislation. We refuse to give the number, the amount of money that he spent with the snow removal. We don't have that. The whole state, they got to the report. This is we have not. Yes, we need the report. We don't know how much money he spent. And he's going around using police officers for canvassing campaign. I know that this is a law that's illegal, all mayor do not in trouble for that.
Councilman Mendez, you need to.
What do you mean? What's your statement?
It's a shame, I'm going to have here a member of the board report. He's not spending money on the city, but he's paid 22 hours following people. Going sometimes he's in London for 2 hours. And I see him, I'm like, so it's a shame. This member should be possible.
First of all, these two got together about an hour before this debate and that question right there. It's so obvious. Very good. Give you credit for at least coordinating your efforts. Councilman Jackson, April 13th, we were supposed to get our 2098 report with you, to let the public know where we were receiving our money. You said you would have that submitted. Here we are 2 weeks later, we still don't have that report, and we don't know where you're getting the money from for your sign and your MJ mobile. You also have not even filed the report that is, or should I say, paperwork that is necessary for any candidate to declare his or her candidacy. How can people trust you when you get the basics right for submitting paperwork?
That's a fair question. But when we're talking about trust, first of all, there's a requirement, and I don't understand why you're concerned with being the police of the reporting. I will follow through with my reporting, but as many of you have seen, some newspaper articles tend to utilize how much money someone has as a basis of what the strength of their campaign. They talked about Councilman Mendez having about $13,000. Can I have that piece of paper, Joe? And they also talked about the mayor having about $250,000. But what the mayor does not want to say, and if the senator will allow this to segue into the next question, these things are extremely expensive. They cost about $50,000 to $100,000 to run one of these ad campaigns throughout the entire city. Right here, we have one of these things that's being paid for Citizens for New Jersey, a dark money fund that's being headed up by a person who is not from Patterson, Mr. Mike Murata, who works for the Water Commission, who's heading this up, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from the developers that's in our community. One developer gave $200,000. Now, each of us can only take $5,200 from someone. I'm funding my own campaign. In fact, the only person who contributed to my campaign is Miss Patricia McNeil for $250. I got those checks to show for. I will report when it's over. But Mayor, how can you put your face on a poster that somebody else has given close to $200,000 for to a dark money fund? And why are people so interested in you being reelected and willing to spend $250,000 for mailers to go to people's houses with lies on them? Pat, that was a question for you. That was a question for the mayor. He declined. Okay. I'll save the question for myself. Very good.
Why is the change paid on all the city's necessary issues?
Councilman, the answer is simple. There's no leadership in the city. This mayor sold the city. The reason why he has over $240,000 in his bank account is because he sold the city to all the developers. He got money left and right in his account, dark money, and that's the reason why our city is suffering. You cannot deny this. You have 2 or 3 families living in one apartment because they can't afford it. It's horrible, and look at the condition of the city. The city is filthy. The city, it's a crime rate, it's all the way high. And on top of that, he allowed an assessment where over 14,000 properties were assessed without the person going inside the property, a drive-by assessment. Those people, they suffer. In my office, I already have done 400 tax appeals helping our Patterson residents. There's no leadership. He's a cheerleader, and this is because he's a cheerleader. This is a real mayor, and I'm ready to be the mayor of the city. I don't want to be congressman. I don't want to be U.S. senator. He could be at a TV show because he likes to be on camera every day, or he could be cheerleading all they want. But this city needs a real mayor who's going to address the problem that this community is facing. Frequently on 8 hours, you was ready to do the rain. All residents move their car. Ask me if the street cleaning pass by. No, I'm going to be the mayor who's going to address that service that you're being paid for, and that's my job, and that's the reason why I'm here. And I'm the only person on this table that can bring people together, and I'm ready to turn the city around. This city gave me everything I have, and I'm going to fight all the way to the end. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm not going to waste another. Just take note that the mayor refused to answer why is he allowing these things to be paid for by developers. So I'll go to the next question. Councilman Mendez. First, I'm going to have to copyright a lot of my material. The plagiarism is out of control. Sir, the mayor was absolutely correct. You've been carrying his pom-poms over the last 3 years when you became council president. As I called you before, you're the water boy. You voted against or in favor of these projects that's been detrimental to our community, like the Fifth Avenue project, and you celebrate those things. So what original ideas have you brought to the table outside of stealing some of the things that I talk about and talking about how we know the mayor is bad, but you have not presented one sound idea to change our community? How can the people trust that you have any ideas to bring to the table? You haven't presented anything, and if I'm wrong, maybe you can enlighten me what that is.
Thank you, Councilman, for a great question, and I will tell you, I'm the type of person that can work with any person for the betterment of the city.
It's not an idea.
I also want to work to support the reconstruction of Weaver Street that is being done right now. Also, I support a third-party company who oversees the project. Ask me if that company is present there. I've been supporting all those free services all over the city, like our roads are destroyed. And now, I'm an effective legislator. I will show you how I know I was the one that introduced a legislation for doping and dumping to increase the fine to up to $10,000. It was you, but the mayor enforced. I was the one that introduced the legislation process first to make sure that we gave out to pass the resident. It was with you, but the mayor also enforced it. It's e-bomb legislation. I worked with the legislation. Never happened again. The Airbnb problem that we have in the city of Patterson, I was the one that introduced that legislation. I've been more effective than you. I've been introduced the legislation that the council approved, and you cannot work with anybody. Your legislation, they never been signed. So that's the reason why I'm the representative of the mayor. Thank you.
councilman, clearly not communicating the truth here. But the truth is, a vast majority of the roads that have been paved in the last 8 years have been in order. And they're paving more on Alpine, North Second, and North Fourth as we speak. And the vast majority of parks that have been improved in Patterson are under water as well. Those are facts. But again, you're consistently voting. Why are you voting against progress?
So road resurfacing is not a function of the council, it's a function of the mayor. The function of the council is to observe, display, and protect the spending. When you spend $110 million in a stadium that should have only cost 25, that's out of control. When you spend millions of dollars on resurfacing roads that should cost us far less, that's out of control. When developers come in this town and build apartments that should only cost $75,000 to $100,000 per apartment, and we allow them to spend $400,000+, and you have your entire cheerleading crew voting yes for that, no, I'm not going to support that because it's not smart spending. In fact, let me just outline this. Hold on. Let me outline this. When I became a council person, our budget was $225 million. It is now $330 million. Under his leadership, we've increased the spending over $100 million a year. Now this year, he's still running a deficit. We're gonna ask for close to $80 million. The most we've ever asked for in the past is $25 million in transitional aid. We used to get 15, 16, 17. Now he's gonna be forced to ask for $80 million in transitional aid. And it's all through the poor spending, giving jobs to friends, firing competent people. I had a former employee pull me over today. He forced her out to put someone in the position that was incompetent, didn't know how to do the job. And what happens when you have incompetent people in places? They cost you money. And this person cost us money, and I was the only one, 8 in favor and 1 against, not because I wanted to be in contrast, because I wanted to be smart. And what we had going on over the last 8 years is not smart government, and it's in the proof. Why he doesn't want to show his reports on the snow removal, because we overpaid more contractors so they can contribute to his funds. I'm ready all day.
He talks about good things, but all these actions rely on
Is there a question?
So this is why I'm not here. But I just want to say this. Please, everyone. Under his leadership, we also have a system. Under his leadership, we also have community. I have no questions, but I want to say this.
I'll get a second question. Only have one.
We have 2 more things we've got to close out. Very serious issue. Obviously, Donald Trump is the president of the United States. We are in a war. Gas goes $4 a gallon. Grocery prices are going up. On the state and federal level, what will we do to work with our current governor and our federal delegation? Start with Congressman Jackson. And each of you can answer this question.
So, just to be quite frank, and another line taken from me tonight is, I've said from the beginning, I've never had aspirations to hold another political office. In fact, there was a young lady who once chastised me because I wasn't very familiar with some of the things. And I know that the things that go on a federal level impact us, but I have a great deal of trust of those representatives that we do have there, such as yourself. And relative to working with the governor, my intent would be to work well with her, that issues that are surrounding what's happening in Patterson. My vision, intent, and all of my energy will go around what's happening in Patterson. I will leave the federal and the state issues to people like yourself, and whatever collaborations that I can formulate with the governor to make sure that Patterson continues to excel or starts to begin to excel, that will be all my intentions. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Councilman Hernandez.
Thank you, Senator, for the question. We have difficult time ahead of us. We understand that we have Donald Trump at the White House. I call this maybe the Donald Trump of Patterson. That's what I call him, but I want to be honest with you. You cannot have a mayor like this mayor. He's spending money that he doesn't have. He's spending what he doesn't know. We have $78 million deficit in the city of Patterson. With my business, I've been in business for the last 20 years, and I've been saying this over and over. You cannot spend money that you don't have. You have to watch how the city is functioning. You got to make every department effective to make sure that we get as much revenue as possible. And I'm the person here at the table, but I can work with any entity, and yes, I'm looking forward to work with the governor-elect to bring service to help our youth. Because this project, this is sufficient to use the money on library. This is sufficient to use the money on recreation. And when it comes to school, what is the future that we have for our children? What we have for our children? And this is how this is required. We got to talk to them. I'm going to work with my council colleague to end the government to bring service to this community. And that's what I'm planning to do. Thank you for very much, Senator.
Thank you, Councilman.
Look at me, if you look at the little building in Pennsylvania, this guy did the 250 units. Well, I'm struggling with my 250 hours. This guy did the 250 units. He sold the city to this special. So thank you.
Mayor.
Councilman, this is going to be affecting the thought process right now. So, and put that in the house too. But it's something that we've been planning for children for 2 years. Could we look at the ribbon on every page of that?
Mayor, look at the video.
He tripped over himself. I'm ripping the suit flying everywhere. But nevertheless, there are only 2 city mayors in the state of New Jersey who targeted that tomorrow. Mayor Rasmussen and myself. And Sue for standing up for our city. And we're standing back up to him. But to answer your question, Mike Cheryl, you know, from early years, enjoy a very good relationship with her and her administration. So we're going to work with her, members of her family, to make sure that as we get the resources through our legislative delegation, led by you, Senator Rubin, so that we can continue to pursue these projects, whether it's to improve infrastructure or programs like the financial compensation.
All right, guys. Bring around, and we're going to close it out within 2 minutes. Close it out like she's our candidate. So we can go ahead and bring it back to the floor. Here's the question, Councilman Atkins, you want to go first. He's fired up the way, so let's go.
You know, I was a former president of Congress and I'm running for and as I said before, I just want to think about maybe we have to. I like the idea of it's so very hard to I want to be an in-house organization. But that will be down the road. Maybe the beginning we want to see that the company, maybe the Philco, I want Philco everything. To go there for some other company. And the second thing I really want to go is we have to do something. And the Texas, this occupancy Texas is a great way to remove some of the money that we need, because we have left for 30 years. we have to carry the burden. So this will be good for some of us, but we can, of course, our year after year, the problem has increased. And the third thing that I want to do, as we talked about before earlier, is that class resources, because these are like part-time based, we pay fractional cost, but we pay the resources, and they can handle the quality of life. So please, I'm asking all of you one time, trust me, and both for ready for it, and I promise you, I'm not going to do anything this matter. This matter is going to show the city,
First of all, I want to thank the Senator for the great opportunity, for the great forum, Patterson. In 12 days, you're going to have to make one of the most difficult, one of the most important decisions of the city of Patterson. And it's to elect the next mayor who's going to lead the city. And I'm going to be honest with you. You have 3 candidates. You don't have 4 candidates. I truly believe, and I can tell you my record, I'm the best person to serve the city. And I'm going to say this, Patterson. If you look at this administration, this mayor has 9 members of the cabinet that resign. He's been sued by 2 former police chiefs. We cannot allow this leader to continue in office. I have the right plan to turn the city around. And in terms of public safety, I'm planning to put 3 boots around to protect our community. I'm planning to clean the city by correcting the whole situation that we have. I'm planning to work with our youth to bring our recreation board back and to make sure we get funding, to increase the funding on recreation and extracurricular activity and mentorships for our youth. We gotta work with our youth. We're losing our children. We have people dying in our community. 4 kids got shot last week and 1 died. We cannot allow this to happen in our city. And the power is in the people. This mayor is hoping that people stay home. I humbly ask you to go out and vote to support Alex Mendez 180, the next mayor. Just give me an opportunity to serve for 1 term. And if in 4 years you're not satisfied, elect another person. And if you're not satisfied with me, you have 2 other candidates on my right, on my left. But this person that is being serving the city for the last 8 years, you cannot allow this person to continue in office because it's going to be worse in the next 4 years. I'm not planning to be congressman. I want to be the mayor of the city of Patterson. I'm not planning to be a cheerleader, and I'm not planning to sell the city to the highest bid. And this is what I'm going to say in the community. I'm planning to work with our youth, work with our city for affordable housing based on income, giving the housing authority the power to bond their money, and that's what I'm planning to do. Alex Mendez 1A to be the next mayor of the city of Patterson. Thank you, sir.
I went first last time, don't I go last?
Thanks once again, Senator. And I'm a proud father, I'm a proud husband, and I'm a proud son. In fact, I take pride in being mayor of the city of Patterson. It's the best job I've ever had. And it's not an easy job, but it's an important one. And I take it very seriously to represent everyone, irrespective of race, religion, or ethnic background. But I look forward to the next term. Let me break ground on a new film studio, which will afford Patterson residents opportunities, job opportunities, but also afford high school students as well as apprenticeship and internship opportunities. And aspiring actors and actresses, they'll have opportunities as well. And I believe the multiplier effect. Businesses in the city will also benefit, whether they're a hardware store or a beauty parlor. You will see an increase in your market share as well. I also look forward to our recreation center. In fact, it's not just going to be 1 new recreation center, but 2 new recreation centers. So we can continue our commitment to making sure that our youth have somewhere safe to play. And we also promise to increase infrastructure improvement, going from over 176 to more than 200 roads we're getting to be unprecedented. And also, testimonials like Pierce Bias, a single mother with 2 children, raising them in Patterson. All she wanted to do was become a business owner. But she was deep in debt, and her credit score was very poor. She found out about a financial retirement center, she improved her credit score, reduced her debt, and now she owns a laundromat on Belmont Avenue. Those are the types of success stories that we want to continue to promote in our city. So, I'm humbly asking for your support, someone who's dedicated to the city, and above everything has restored integrity to the mayor's office. That investors, like the film studio, take our city seriously. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, we talk about putting the city first. Here's a picture of the mayor talking about vacant and abandoned houses. Not one of these vacant and abandoned houses of 2,000 went to one first-time homeowner in the city of Patterson.
Not one.
You take one page out of the mayor from Newark's. The etiquette. We're going to take a page out of the mayor from Newark's book. He brings to the stage all of the people he helped. You go to the State of the City address, hundreds of people up there, employees, local employees, people who become first-time homeowners, where he creates lists of slumlords and publishes lists of slumlords. He's never going to do such a thing because his slumlords is paying for these documents to go to your house, to lie to you. He says he put the city first. When COVID hit, we opened it up to the entire state. We endangered the people in our community with long lines of people online at International High School while people from Ocean County came here. Newark, they shut their door. Newark residents first. You talk about all of the things that we've done for the youth. We've overspent on facilities. From day one, I've been the same. From the trailer park at Buckley Park, I voted no against the $1.4 million on that, to the $110 million of over expenditures at the Hinchcliffe Stadium. We missed out on an enormous opportunity because he doesn't understand business. We had a chance to have our own miniature garden, the miniature Prudential Center, the miniature Barclays Center in the middle of Patterson, a 12,000-seat arena that could have encompassed all of the things that we need to do. If we have a large-scale event to hold, we can't even host it in our own community. A graduation where people fell out and children and parents was collapsing on the turf at Hinchcliffe Stadium because we made a poor decision. And we gave it away so everybody else can make money. Outside vendors that's getting contracts, and all he talks about is one person that's working there, one person that Empowerment Center. This is a waste of your money. $80 million, your taxes are going to be hit, your rents are going to continue to go up. The eviction rate in Patterson over the last 4 years is as high as it's ever been in the history of this city. That's the reality. Those are facts. And just like he wouldn't answer the question on these items, he won't answer those questions either. If you want a mayor that's going to support you, that's going to be here to fight for you against all outside interests, that is me. I'm the only person. I'm the only one coming with fresh ideas. From day one, it won't take us 4 years. Within 6 months, we'll have new facilities up for our children. And I don't think I need more time to convince you. The lies that's being told, open your eyes. And everyone out there, open your eyes. Councilman Jackson, 4A, Jackson 2026. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Please give all of the round of applause.
Amen. Kick ass as usual. Can you sign this for me?
Get your leg recorded.
Oh, don't worry about that. And you're a little funky too. Can you sign that for me, please? I want your autograph on your way out.
Elect.
All right. Trying to get the mayor to autograph it for me. He's stuck on stupid.
There you go.
Come down a little, Mohammed. We did it in an hour, like an hour, 2 minutes. Yeah, get in, guys. Rise up. Here we go. Hold on, T. Hold on. We're going. You good, Q? Q, let us know when we can move. We're good? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Mike,
thank you,
thanks,
thank you.
thanks.
Great job.
Great job.
Love your senator.
Man, good job, everybody. That's amazing. I'm so glad I'm not sitting up there with
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. And the mayor has to run out to his fundraiser or more developers giving money to him. My bad. Hey, TJ. T, can you get him to sign this? I want his autograph. Mayor, can you sign this for me? Can you sign this for me? I'll take the fine.
You did it up again. You did it up
Oh,
again. I love
Lord.
you. Killed it.
Oh, my man.
Before we leave tonight, I need to know what it was. Your mic is on?
Yes, my mic's still on. And I think it's still live. Let me see. Tú sabes, ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes, yo soy el número uno. Mira, cuando quieren una otra camisa, no, pero yo soy el número uno. Cuando quieren un camisa rojo, dímelo. Yes. Gracias. Thank you. Yo, listen, if you need a new shirt, I'll get you one too, bro. Absolutely. Yes.
Good work.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I love you, GC number one.
Uh-huh.